this. There we go. That'll do it. That'll do it. To the top left-hand side, our blue Zerg player, we have got soO. Up against the red Protoss in the bottom right, taking down a very impressive TY to get here 3-0. I mean, what a crazy result. Crazy result, honestly. This is PartinG in the bottom right. Elongated day, guys. Thank you to a couple of Twitch Prime subs that did just come in. Daniel24 coming in just before the break with that Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. And thank you, King Sejong 2, also coming in for the Twitch Prime. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime subs, guys. Appreciate it. As KMXSC2 comes in with the 100 bits as well. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. Hope you're all having a great stream with me today. Again, it's been a long one. We've been live for like 9 hours? Yeah, we've been live for 9 hours. I kind of want to stand up and stretch my legs a little bit. So we're going to follow this probe very excitingly for the next little while as we get this set to go. Thank you, KMXSC2, for those 100 bits. The couple of guys with the Twitch Prime subs. Thank you, guys. Appreciate the support. As, yeah, what a stream. We had like 2K plus viewers for a long time today. We peaked at 3K views as well. Maybe if we get good finals here, we can get a couple more, viewers in here. It'd be pretty. It's honestly been a crazy stream, actually. Ridiculous. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it. My PC is working, says Mr. Flesridelic with the 1 bit. Congrats, dude. What are you going to do now your PC's working? Are you going to be the next Cyril? I heard that Cyril's secret to success is first step 1, have a working PC. Actually helps a lot with StarCraft 2. Things across the map from soO, actually going to jump into the main base. So actually already being a little bit cheeky with a couple of these as he goes in towards his middle line. Oh, nice pull from the probes though. Gets 1 kill right away. That's actually very nicely done, as we are going to be having the other probes coming around. There's a couple of lings heading to the back of the mineral line. And again, just going to be using that probe, taking a little bit of damage here. Just taking a few shots. Now, extra lings on the way up from soO, so still just making sure he's got enough to deal with the adept. That'll be across the map in the next few moments, I'm sure. As we get this going. Twilight Council has the opening from PartinG, so not going to be seeing a Stargate opener. So this has already changed up a little bit from what we saw between soO and SOS just in that last series. soO, by the way, just joined Chivo Gaming, a new team managed by Oli Moly. Going to be interesting to see how they do. And picking up someone like soO in the first, as their first player is pretty freaking sick. Some Nightcrawler 026 with the Twitch Prime sub as well, as Mortlings managed to make their way into the main here to scout. That's really nice because you see Twilight Robo. And that's a pretty good indicator as he starts charge. I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure this is trying to hide the fact that he wants to go Dark Shrine, because usually you do go Dark Shrine here. Looks like he'll keep the charge though. Thank you so much, Nightcrawler 026, also coming in with that Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, well, 3 more gates and maybe a Templar Archives then, and just going into towards Charge Lots and Archons. I mean, Prism is definitely going to be on the way out to start dealing with some harassment. Not going to be the next style, going to be the next big boy, says Flesridelic. Okay, I can get behind that. Lair on the way up here from soO. So he's going Lair Rotron. I mean, it's the kind of proper response to like a Archon-based drop, but it's not going to be an Archon-based drop. It's just going to be some charge lots here in the early stages of this. So a little bit different from well, what I was expecting at least. As we get this underway, a couple of units up to the top side, having a scout around. These guys just seeing what's going on here for the moment, but nothing too crazy in the early stages, guys. Just hanging out. And, yeah, waiting to see what's up. Fit Nexus drops down from PartinG on the right side. And again, the Zealot starting to move across in this Prism. He goes into an Immortal behind this, but then he cancelled it. He does double Prism on the map, so he's going to look to go for some multi-pronged aggression. soO sees the second Prism already, though, so that's good info for him. As these first zealots already diving in for a couple of drones, and now PartinG going to be away down the left-hand side. Kikai, how's it going? Thank you so much for Twitch Prime subscribing for 2 months in a row. Thank you for the second month of subscribing, dude. Appreciate it. Thank you. What a legend. Get some love in the chat for Kikai. Again, I was talking about this earlier, but I always love seeing the 2-month resubs. Because it's that point where you're like, you know, you didn't just like on a whim, like one day, like, oh, you know what, I feel bad for Wardy, give him a sub. It's like, you know what, I actually kind of like this dude. And you sub, you know. And it's like, you know what, I'm going to keep supporting. I like it. Thank you so much, Kikai, for the 2 months of the Twitch Prime. Appreciate it. Oh my god, what is this just not stopping? Arity coming in with a Twitch Prime sub as well. Twitch Prime is back to back all over the place at the moment. A little bit bonkers in here right now, guys. We're 10 subs away from 1100 again, which is actually crazy because we haven't even had any like sub bombs today, and we've gone up like 30 subs or something. It's been ridiculous, actually. You see a zealot going down. Prism is going to escape down the left. Queen drops down a creep tumor. It's going to get picked off pretty quickly, and again the Queen going to help to push this Prism along through the center of the map. A few Zerglings to the right side. soO wants to kind of run in there. Is going to be seeing a probe. Doesn't quite go down. So probe not quite going down. More roaches on the way up on the natural expansion. Again, those Zerglings hanging out down on the bottom side. Again, more Zealot sentries. Just all of this gathering together as we see the hallucinated Phoenix from PartinG coming back over to the left. 9 more roaches on the way out. We see the Immortal, the +1 attack upgrade, all of this coming through. 11 roaches still on the way up. soO's just massing up roaches here for 55 workers, so he wants to get aggressive. But I mean, against like Immortal sentries, I mean, it's kind of weird because I feel like PartinG also wants to get aggressive himself. He's only on 2 gases, guys. He has no gases on the natural, so he's only on 2 gas. So it's kind of like all in versus all in, but I feel like soO should probably have like a little bit more eco before he goes into this. Nice corrosive bile on the Observer. We're just going to have to kite away here. Obviously, those force fields going to be important. Oh, grabs the Ravager as well. And obviously, not that many Ravagers in this army of soO, which means, I mean, only the one. So you can't actually break down these force fields very easily. The Immortals are going to chunk their way through Immortals right now, as Roaches right now, as Zealots will warp in the background. Sentries will have to pull back. Needs to get those Zealots in front to tank. A couple more Ravagers coming down here now. The Sentries are out of energy anyway, so no more force fields available. As soO keeps jumping forwards on this, more Zealots will drop on down. And we're going to be seeing a couple of final Sentries going to get picked off here. Tries to save it as he drops the Immortals, but I mean, what was he going to do? Juggle all day? Second Prism comes into use. Zealots in the main base while this is ongoing, so PartinG will at least get a little bit of damage done. As we do have, oh man, well, a ton more Zealots warping in, so he's still going to do more damage. Just as the drones run back into the mineral line, suddenly this goes from 4 to 10 workers and counting to 14. Bit of a mistake from soO, getting a little bit ahead of his time right there. I was going to see the Zealots jumping back on towards the spawning pool. Roaches, though, still just cleaning up all of these Zealots across the map. Roaches trying to press forwards, but the Immortal count is really good, and soO is unable to really get much done at all. Just going to see those Roaches continuing to fight, picking off loads and loads of Zealots here. 16 workers down. This is crazy damage here by PartinG. Plus the fact he's cleaning up these Roaches. soO is now down by almost 20 workers as we continue to see these Immortals just chasing those Roaches down. So chasing down those Roaches here. You see soO with a couple more Ravagers morphing in up on the high ground. Another round of Zealots warping in from PartinG as well. +2 attack on the way. Immortal is still on being produced. I mean, what is soO meant to do? He's still building units here. He's not redrawing or anything. He's afraid of this attack. Maybe just wants to try and overwhelm this army and then just go down to the bottom right and just try and end the game. I think it's, I mean, it might be one of his better options, right? Because if he just tries a drone, he might just die anyways, so I don't mind the idea as we see the Queens there to push the War Prism away through the top side. Zealots and Immortals. A few more Lings ready to go. Roach coming in also. We're just going to be seeing a few Sentries are going to jump on towards the Overseer and deal just a little bit of damage. Probe going to come over here as well. So Probe coming over towards the natural. And again, PartinG, Zealots, Immortals, and Sentries. All of this gathered together. They're going to push up towards the upper left side. A few more Zerglings on the way out. More Roaches as well. See a few Zerglings starting to go down here. And again, just going to be seeing that +2 attack upgrade from PartinG going to be finishing. So PartinG's +2 attack finishing up right now. And again, those few lings are going to run by in towards that mineral line. As you do see some extra zealots coming in to pick those off. I mean, PartinG's just taking his time about going for this fight. So here we go. I mean, Roaches and Ravagers, they're en masse, but it's kind of funny that PartinG's the one being aggressive here. While up 20 plus workers, he just knows that his army composition is so good against what his opponent has. Like, with +2 attack as well, like, everything is just dying, and I feel like PartinG's army is barely even changing in size. I guess that's because the Zealots are slowly going down, but, I mean, the Immortals are what's important, and they are destroying units right now. A few more Zealots warping in. Again, the Warp Prism of PartinG in that main base was absolutely huge. We're going to be seeing the Roach going down, more Roaches going down, the Ravager as well. This is, it's a little bit crazy as we're going to be seeing the army continue to come in. Roaches taking some damage. And those couple of Queens being pushed away as well. And we're just going to be seeing a couple of Queens continue to go down. Ravagers go up in 2. And the Roaches going to keep on getting picked off. So more damage being dealt here. These Immortals still picking up as much as possible. And as we're going to be seeing, that's GG. And PartinG comes out with game 1 of this best of 7. Into game number 2. Sorry for the slight delay jumping into the second game. Just a little bit caught up just discussing the issues. Thanks for the feedback though. Let me know. Some of you guys have seen it on other streams and stuff. I still feel it's a lot better than it was with the fact that it's somewhat stable otherwise now. I don't know. It's weird though. So, let's jump into game number 2 and see what happens. Sorry, now I'm paranoid about looking at issues again. Cannon Rush, it is. soO in the bottom right, PartinG in the top left of Parasite, and PartinG is going to open up with the pylons on the bottom side of this natural. As we are going to be seeing the just going to be seeing the gateway coming down behind us as well. So a cannon, a gateway, obviously walls that in. And obviously it creates some potential for follow-up here. soO is not 1-0 up, sorry. PartinG is 1-0 up in this best of 7. You see a couple of drones coming up to the high ground. Going to start nibbling away at the pylon. A couple of probes from PartinG coming through. And we're going to be seeing the spawning pool dropping down here from soO as well. So that spawning pool finishes up. And again, those drones are going to be able to keep on nibbling their way through this pylon. We're going to see another cannon dropping down as well. And again, these cannons just keep on coming into play so far. PartinG going to be attacking down on that natural. So the cannon is going to be picking away at the natural hatchery here. You're going to see this probe from PartinG coming back up into the main. And there is the assimilator dropping down. So he's going to get a transition out of this going as well. So that cybercore coming through. So if he wants to proxy down a robo or something, is a very popular way of doing this. Cannons on the high ground as well, though, is like super aggressive here. Is soO going to get the roach roaring down? That's going to finish in a moment or so. He's going to be having the spine crawler starting out to try and help break his way through this. As we do see the extra roaches on the way out. Obviously, soO would like some Ravagers here so he can corrosive bow the cannons down. A shield battery start coming up as well. Corrosive bows are really nice because they'll actually eat up a bunch of shield battery energy, having to heal back up these cannons. And that means that if units come out of the gateway, they won't be healed instead. So Ravagers are going to be really nice to get up here. soO will morph a couple in already. Those bows, again, are just super, super good in this sort of situation. It's got a couple lings across the map, but the cannon finishes up. We'll defend that, so no breaking through the wall off. I love that PartinG walls off from the low ground as well. He's just like, cool, I can take a Nexus at some point if I need to as well. And there's, yeah, a couple of first biles. Again, you can already see, like, 2 biles, and already the cannon here has taken, like, so much damage. Like, the shield battery has still used up so much of its energy. Stalker coming up here now as we're going to be seeing that spine crawler repositioning, and should be able to poke its way through that other shield battery. Just having a little bit of an in-and-out war with the Stalker at the moment. Another corrosive bile is good for the moment, and another one. They have a couple of roaches just staying back. They have less range than the Ravagers, so for the roaches to come forwards here, it's a little bit brutal, a little bit dangerous. As we are going to be having the couple of units setting up right here and still poking around. More cannons setting up here. The Stalker's still poking, trying to see what else might happen. I mean, extra spines getting set up. Roach is still pressing forwards. And again, just going to be gateway units. No robo facility for mortals like we sometimes see with this. Just going to use these Stalkers that he's producing with the backup of the shield batteries and the cannons to try and keep picking away. I guess it works well in Parasite with this position here because you can hit the hatchery, right? So you can essentially start to kill soO. And as we're going to be seeing another couple of shield batteries working their way down the bottom. He's got a little bit more space over here that isn't covered in creep spread. That spine crawler is going down, unfortunately. The Ravager goes down as well. Oh, soO's losing a lot right now. Roach taking another couple of shots, and that's just going to be GG. PartinG picks up game 2. Sometimes and sometimes they don't. I get it, stream. I get it, expert. You don't want me to do things right. That's fine. I can survive it. Alright, so to the top left side of our map, we do have the blue Zerg player kicking this off. Looking to try and get a point on the scoreboard in this best-of-7 finals. We have got soO in the top left corner. He is going to go gas pool opening, so maybe a bit afraid of some cannons from our man in the bottom right side. Once again, PartinG, who has definitely been a little cheeky in that last game. Alright, so kicking off into this and getting this started. Spawning pool from soO about to finish as he drops down that hatch. Obviously, PartinG sees this as not a hatchery first or anything. So you will know to be maybe aware of some earlier Zerglings or so here. As that pylon could be under threat, but soO's only going to make a couple. I think as long as he isn't getting attacked here, his own overall plan wasn't to be aggressive. It's just to stay safe, I think. And that's what we are starting to see right now. With the couple of lings popping out, they're going to start, again, just setting up over here. Nothing crazy at the moment, guys, as we do see that ling speed is coming on up. And just an overload of soO starting to poke forwards at the front. So then we're to watch the PartinG TY matches. We just streamed them, so actually if you go in the Twitch VODs from today, they're kind of like a couple hours ago or something, so they are available. And the replays will be going up later, so you can watch the VODs on the Twitch channel already if you would like to, but the VODs, the replays will also be going up later today to subscribers. It's going to be seeing the Adept from PartinG coming up to the top side, going to shade an Adept through in towards the center. Ling speed going to be finishing up from soO very shortly as we see the Twilight Council dropping down in the back of the main base here from PartinG. So getting ready to drop that Twilight Council in as we see the Stalker going to deal a little bit of damage here, and this Overlord going to be pushed up across through the high ground, and it is going to get to this high ground here though. I mean, this isn't proper high ground. It feels like high ground, but it isn't. We'll be able to sit up there and we'll be safe until until something with high ground vision comes through. No Stargate opening though, which means actually that Overlord can sit there for quite a while. Obviously at some point you realize, well, you know what, I'm not being killed by anything. And that's when that Overlord's probably going to be like, huh, well, actually, I wonder what this is. I mean, already seeing a Stalker first generally means it's not a Phoenix. It's instead going to be at least an Oracle-based opening. But it is actually just going to be that Twilight Council for the moment with a Robo Facility also on the way up. So Dark Shrine, Robo Facility getting started here. And just going to be seeing the, I guess, second gateway coming in at the front, and obviously 2 more gates will join this on for some DT warpins and then some Archon play very shortly. So there's those 2 extra gateways coming down now. The warp gate is about to finish from PartinG as well, so that'll finish in a moment or 2 here. And again, that Rotron from soO is just dropping down the back of the natural. So we saw soO with a Lair Rotron kind of opening earlier. I mean, that's the sort of setup you want against the DTs, because then you have the detection against the DTs quite reliably in the Overseer. And you have the Roaches to kind of push back the Archon drop phase of it as well. No Lair just yet means that Spore Crawls are going to be super important, and he doesn't have any yet, so I'm getting a little bit concerned for soO right now. As, well, there's the Lair Star, sure, but that's like a minute away, plus the fact you still have to get in towards the rest of this as well, so... I'm a little shaky right now. I'm a little shaky right now. Prism is being chrono boosted out here from PartinG, so getting that Prism on the way out. as the lair just about halfway done. And again, a couple of drones going to come down and just come through this here. So a couple of, lair just coming up. Oh, hatchery just setting up here. And again, just going to be seeing the DT just warping in here from PartinG. So DT gets added in. And again, it's going to be 4 Dark Templar. Coming across in towards the third base. So Skullcrawler finishes just in time, I tell you. I like the Queen and the Roach that's kind of sat next to it, so it can't be fully surrounded easily. And you see the DTs lifting back up into the Prism as they get low. I mean, PartinG just getting some early damage done for that, but oh my god, the Prism takes a lot of damage. Nearly going down. A couple more shots, it would have been killed. Now a charge upgrade from PartinG, so no third base just yet. Continuing with potential aggression here. We'll expand behind it, but again, charge already with the Archons. Definitely looking to maybe warp a few Zealots in with this perhaps in the future. And charge is something that you generally want. As we do have the Prism loading up those 2 Archons. And they're going to start coming forwards and boom, picking up a Creep Tumor already. So nice Creep Tumor kill. And again, just coming through to try and get a little bit more dealt. Roaches get a couple of shots off on the Archons, and again the Archons going to pull back to the top side a little bit, dropping back down, and Creep Tumor going down as well. And again those Archons just pulling back out in towards the center of the map. 4 more sentries finishing up. The charge upgrade again just over halfway done. On the top side, the second Prism wants to deal some damage as well. soO, how will he deal with that? Well, Roach is already coming into the location. Actually, Prism number 1 is back in the main base as well, so the Roaches are everywhere they need to be. Because he only needs to be in one place if the 2 Prisms are in the same place as well, obviously. Hydra's Den from soO drops in behind the natural expansion as we see the Stalker. Going to push that Overseer away. And is going to get that kill in the next couple of moments. So, Stalker going to be able to come in. Overseer goes down. Boom. And the Overseer is gone. Again, these 3 Roaches are soO just gathering together. And we do see the Prism for PartinG starting to head down to the bottom side of the map. There's that Groove Spines upgrade here from soO as well. As we see those Roaches also from soO coming up towards the main base. Hallucinated Phoenix going to be heading in. You see the 2 Archons again pressing forwards. Roach is going to be able to come in and, well, the Archons lifting up again as well. Moving back down through the bottom side. Observer helping to pick off a little bit of the creep spread. A few DTs being picked on the way in. And a couple of Zealots warping in as well as we continue to set this up. So soO just turning into a bit of a Roach Hydra attack here. It's going to be seen PartinG also setting up kind of aggressively. I mean, pushing forwards with these Zealots Archons. He obviously has 2 more Archons in this Prism over here as well. So it is a scary attack. And it's a lot of units for the 745 marker. Just a lot of units coming across. Obviously, the Prism in the main will look to try and warp in Zealots at the same time to force soO to multitask a little bit in his defense. I feel like soO has a good amount of units. Those 63 workers against this. He's not gone overboard. And, man, those first Zealots are just getting shut down instantly. Although, well, now with the force fields, a little bit of a different story. The Roaches will be able to will be picked off. They're not going down. Prism here is seen by this Overlord, so soO knows there's units potentially warping in towards his main base shortly. And we'll chase this army down a little bit. Couple more force fields coming in, but I feel like these Hydras are very good against this. I mean, dealing so much damage. There's the warp into the main base. It's actually 2 DTs and 3 Zealots. So a couple of different units warping in there. No muscular augments yet. That's why those Hydras are so slow in chasing this army down. Still going to try for it, though. Still pressing in, but obviously soO now has to go and deal with that attack in the main base. The Zealots and the DTs actually going to pull up and start working their way through the spawning pool. soO's going to get another Archon. Oh, Prism doesn't lift that up, so a bit of a mistake there by PartinG, as he will see the spawning pool killed. The 2 DTs that are here, they should actually get lifted up. There's no detection at the moment, so a little bit of a frustrating moment or so, as this army also doesn't have an Overseer on it. DTs are wanting to grab some Hydras. Hydras for breakfast, they say, yes please. Hydra's just getting back on towards the creep spread now, pulling all the way back towards the Spore Crawler. Turns and picks off those DTs. Oh, Prism in the main goes down as well, miscontrolled into Queens and Hydras. Mistake there from PartinG. Definitely not how that was meant to look, as we see now on the bottom left side, a hatchery picked off, and he will recall out of there without any further losses at least, but I mean, again, the Prism going down, he lost a lot of DTs in the front. He lost a lot of units in general. If you look at what was lost here, 2 Archons, 19 Zealots, and 5 DTs. For 22 roaches and a few lings, got some drones as well. The resources lost tells the story. It was more efficient from soO. He was sat ahead on workers for a good while there. They're still making units as well, by the way. Not going back into economy, so definitely looking to do something now with this big push across the map. Roaches and Hydras, I mean, already the Archons having to be lifted up and pulled backwards here. There's only a couple force fields available, and they will come down to stop these units coming up this ramp. soO's going to dive for it anyways. I mean, there's the 2 force fields as we were kind of expecting, but now the sentries, okay, he just warped in a few new sentries. That's a lot of gas you've got to spend on replacing the sentries here. Nice lift up saves one of them that's low on HP. Sorry, I thought he did. He lifted up a zealot, not a sentry. My bad. Well, soO's still making units here, so looking to win this game with +1 attack. Roach, Hydra, Ling. Not eager to let PartinG go any later in this game now, apparently. Another Ravager morphing in at the moment. Overlord coming across, the 2 Overseers here as well. The Prism pulling back with a few of these other units for the Zealots, the Immortals, the Sentries, etc. And soO again just coming up through the middle of the map, going to attack in on the right side. And try and see what he can do. A couple DTs head up to the top right. Couple Zealots getting picked away at. Force fields coming down, and again just going to be seeing, well, Ling's running through to get us around on those sentries. A couple sentries on the top getting taken down as well, and I mean, again, those force fields coming across. Good defense so far. Is that Nexus on the 4th base? I mean, surprised if that gets up here. It really has an impact on the game, because it feels like soO's looking to end this very shortly. As you see, still pushing forwards. The sentries dropping down. I mean, now out of force fields as well. So the entire army is going to be able to fight these Immortals in a moment. And as Lings continue to flood in too, I mean, that means Immortal shots are going off on kind of, well, very low health units that are really kind of wasted, kind of firing Immortal shots on. The Lings are so cheap as well. As we see the Immortal barrier comes up, still doesn't last very long there. The Prism, the only reason those Immortals are still alive, and now it's targeted down. Lings again eating up Immortal shots, and soO has enough to break through this 3rd base, it seems. The last Immortal gets a barrier back up, but only for a couple moments before PartinG GG's out of the game. soO will get on the scoreboard here in game number 3, and he is just on in the top right side. Our red Protoss player here is PartinG. And to the bottom left, our blue Zerg. This is soO. Well, actually, guys, I think maybe tonight gonna pass 5 million channel views. We're 700 views away, and we've got 2.6k viewers, so we'll probably get there, actually, by the end of the stream. That's kind of an incredible milestone. 5 million channel views. That is ridiculous to think about. 5 million views. God. That is actually crazy. I'm trying to like process it in my mind a little bit, but I just can't. It's actually ridiculous. Damn. That's actually crazy. Thank you so much, everyone, for always tuning into the streams. Been streaming on Twitch for about 6 years now. Yeah, about 6 years. Went full time 3.5 years ago, 3.5 years ago. It's finally paying off, isn't it? God damn. Crazy month for 2. Crazy month for 2. There's a pylon block here. Oh, putting up for game number 4, PartinG. Thought it was down the Cybercall, part of his wall off here. Again, just gas pool opening from soO. Not really too surprising. Drops the hatchery here as well. I think he's just going to keep opening gas pool a lot of these games just to stay safe from the potential PartinG cannon rush. Pro gonna get mining away. And the link speed on the way up again, early game PvZ. You know, you cast a few PvZs in a row and early game PvZ, all sorts of blends into one. Nothing too crazy here, really. As we get this set up to go. Adept gonna start shading down towards the center and then beyond on the map. So Adept coming down past there. Again to the lower left side to see what is up. You'll see the Stargate is coming in on the proxy, so PartinG going to try and apply a little bit more pressure. We saw SOS trying to do this to soO as well in one of those previous games, and, well, I mean, it didn't really leave him in too good of a spot, because the Oracle didn't really do much. There's a pretty good defense for the most part from soO then. We'll see if PartinG can maybe get a little bit more done with this proxied Stargate as it comes on down. Demos then Demos Fiends 13 coming in with the 100 bits says Big Boy PartinG versus President MC show match, please. I would be totally down to try and get them to play each other. Honestly, Laughing Games does a lot of show matches. I don't really like doing show matches because I feel like coming online to cast one series that could end in like 5 maps is kind of a waste, but Laughing Games does a bunch of show matches, so you should definitely ask him. He's had MC and PartinG playing in his matches as well, so yeah, pretty cool. And as we do have the Oracle being Chrono boosted out at the moment. A few Lings of soO just looking around though, and actually going to get really close to seeing this. In fact, we'll see this. And boom, soO going to jump on that pile, maybe even before Oracle number 2 comes out. If this Oracle doesn't turn back around, Oracle number 2 just cancels. So PartinG only going to get 1 Oracle out of this. The Queens will already be able to gather together, perhaps. Oracle's going to try and go something of a little bit of a different way, just because he knows, like, well, the Queens are probably waiting for me in the main. I like it though. soO kind of leaves a Queen down here anyways. Oh, that's nice. This one drone saved by the Spore Crawler build, the other drone saved by the positioning. Very good defense by soO. He's very good against these Oracles. There's those couple of Lings just going to keep on nibbling their way through the Stargate. Just clean that up, get rid of that already, so it doesn't get repowered, another Oracle built or something crazy. I mean, we've seen it happen a lot of times before. As we do have the Robo facility from PartinG starting up on that third. Blair comes in on the main base from soO, as we see the Lings able to pick off the Stargate. And again, just a few more drones on the way out. Queen coming in. Roach-roaring gets started on the natural expansion as well. Again, these Lings just continue to come down the bottom side. Oracle unable to get much more done. And soO again, just Lair, Roach-roaring. Double Robo from PartinG. So going to start really cranking out the Immortal production here. So setting up to go in towards this. It's going to be seeing the Twilight Council getting started as well, and the Twilight Council coming up, we're going to be seeing the openings in towards Charge, etc. And I imagine with Double Robo already down, Charge is just what you're going to go into right away here, unless you go for something crazy like a Glaive Immortal push. But I feel if you do want to do that, you may as well go Glaive's early game and then into the Immortals, and then, you know, push all at once. It works a little bit better. So probably just going to be seeing the Charge in a moment too. A couple of sentries warping in. And maybe PartinG going to show us a little bit of Immortal Sentry action once again here on Cerulean Fall. As a Hallucinated Phoenix poking that Overseer around. Overseer heading over towards the main bases. And again, a few of these sentries are just kind of adventurous down from the third. Going to actually see these Lings forward, set forwards here. And he's going to be able to pick those off. soO losing 4 of the 6. Well, soO goes straight into Aspire, and it's actually quite a nice game to go for Aspire on, of course, because in that first couple of games, he already kind of knew what was kind of up and what was going on. In this game, he knows he shut down the Stargate, right? So again, soO just sort of responded to what I feel he's already done in the game. And by going Spire now, it means that, you know, building Phoenix as a response to this is going to be kind of difficult. Might not help him deal with this attack, though, as there is a few roaches already up. soO's actually going to see this attack coming in now on the right side. Prism on its way over to reinforce this. It is Glaives. Wow, it actually is Glaives. Huh. Well, PartinG going to try and be aggressive again then. But it really means it's going to be barely any anti-air. So if you get mutas out here as soO, it's even better for you, because then all of a sudden you're just going to jump on these sentries, get the kills, and it's going to be great for you. A couple of Ravagers going to start battling down and just breaking a couple of force fields. Roaches on the bottom side, still trying to come through here as well. I like the aggressive posture here of soO, who targets down a very high energy sentry. And he's just wasted all of the sentry energy, files on the Prism as well, brings it low too. That's crazy. Ooh. Ravager Battles taking down the Oracle there. And that's painful as well, as you are going to be seeing PartinG in the end just going home and successful with this attempt of an attack. And I mean, he gets Glaives up. He's adding 4 more gates, so he's still going to just go for this, I think. I don't think he's going to necessarily change it up. He's just going to go for a different set of, well, a different number of units. Mutas are now starting to arrive here from soO. He's got 4 and 8 more in production. That's what we're talking about. 8 more is definitely kind of the better numbers. Man, if PartinG attacks again, even if PartinG doesn't attack, he's literally got like 4 sentries of anti-air right now. Oh, he's got a Stalker as well, guys. Fear not, the Stalker is here chasing an Overseer. He's going to save the day. Mutas heading up the right side. The rest of the Mutas still in production. I mean, he's going to show these Mutas very early. I kind of feel like that's a bit of a mistake, because all of a sudden I feel like you're going to start preparing against Mutas now as PartinG. when obviously if a few more meters show up, you're going to get a lot more damage done right away. He is going to find this pylon in the main though, so I tell you what, he might be able to stop Blink from coming up. PartinG going to push in towards the third base. He actually warps in extra stalkers now already. This is what I mean. He is just going to go counterattacks. It's going to become a base trade situation here from PartinG. He doesn't, soO doesn't kill the Blink. Well, obviously just wants to fight this as best as he can over here. Shut this down ASAP. Loses his third base. Drone's already going to pull away onto the map. So soO setting up for this base trade with more and more Mutalisks, Lings, and Roaches. PartinG going to pull probes away ahead of time as well. So getting a step ahead here. And there is a cannon. Oh, is that Contaminate on the shield barrier? Doesn't do anything, but interesting. Contaminate stops things buildings, not buildings healing. And as we do see, the drone's actually going to find the probes, so that's really nice from soO because he knows where to send his Zerglings to hunt down the final probes. He pulls them back. No, we should really go kill them because that's the only thing that's going to make PartinG potentially win this base trade. A couple of meters here, yeah, he is going to go back down there. He knows he hasn't killed them yet. Now that's all of PartinG's probes, man. It's all of PartinG's probes unless he gets another one out of a Nexus. Oh, sorry, he's got one left. In the gas. In the gas in the main base. Recall into the natural expansion. This is kind of a must sort of do situation for PartinG because if you don't recall into the natural here, what are you going to do? You're going to lose the structures, and soO can run around all day building new hatcheries, so he's kind of fine with that. Mutas and Lings on the other side going to clean up these Adepts between this running line. It's 34 drones remaining, so it still looks very good for soO. Has a ton of Mutas. If you look at PartinG's army again, we're now talking about 18 Mutalisks against 5 Stalkers and 3 Sentries. It's not a lot. I was warped in on top of those gateways there, so you could maybe power them up and get a couple warp-ins. But other than that, here we go. PartinG going to press across the map again, because I guess he knows also with a few probes like this, he probably can't just sit back. He is getting a few probes up in fairness. So for hatchery down here, hatchery here. He's long distance mining at the moment. Again, that muta count so vital for him to stick around. And the thing is, the mutas are going to keep PartinG pinned back. I think soO should know that he's got the eco advantage as well, so I think he should be pretty happy with this at the moment. And here we go, mutas around the right side. Hallucinated Phoenix of PartinG is going to pull back down to the bottom. Things and Ravagers out of soO here, going to be coming across. As you do see those couple of hatcheries finishing up. Actually, top left won't be used, but this bottom right may as well be used, although PartinG sees it, so it's a little bit risky. But then again, if PartinG heads on down there, the mutas are going to show up on the top side, right? So there's not really any good choice from PartinG as a way to kind of defend this position or to set up against this right now. Swarming Pool dropping down. Going to be seeing those mutas there coming through the center of the map. And again, just going to be seeing a Changeling getting picked off by the couple of Immortals. Top left, couple of workers mining away. And, yeah, more Lings, Spawning Pool, etc. coming out. A couple of gases coming down. You're just going to dive into the main base, and they are going to be able to pick that pylon off. So, good shut down there. Still Lings and Ravagers from soO. Hanging around, moving around in the center of the map. Hallucinated Phoenix into the main base. More Lings, a Queen on the way up. Mutas are going to head down to the bottom right from soO as well. He's got 18 Mutalisks here. Back over to the right there. Lings and Ravagers again though from soO. Good set of units right now as Hallucinated Phoenix is again just going to see what's up. Again, at this stage of the game, what you want to do as PartinG is just try and figure out what's your best move, and I don't really think he has a best move. Defend and try and get some more units up, or I don't know what to tell you guys. It's not a pretty position. It really isn't. As you're going to see the Lings coming in, surrounding that assimilator. Stalkers, Immortals, and Sentries coming down through the center of the map, and again, those mutas going to head back into the middle of the map as well. Flare on the way up from soO, getting that set up on this third base here. Again, the hatchery in the top left-hand side also going to be dropping into play. So getting that hatchery set up. And PartinG pushing across. It kind of feels like a doomed push, doesn't it? With the Stalkers and the Ling. If the Stalkers going to get surrounded by the Lings, the mutas are just going to come in and clean up afterwards. Yeah, it doesn't feel pretty. You get surrounded these Stalkers. They have Blink. Yeah, they have Blink, so they can sort of survive a little while, but as soon as soO jumps on this army, PartinG is going to be in so much trouble. Warping in a few more sentries here. Here we go. Ling's going to start running in. Grabs the prison right away. And, well, PartinG doesn't even really take the fight. Types out GG. Doesn't stick around. soO We have to the top left-hand side our blue Zerg player, soO. Up against the red Protoss in the upper right side, we have got PartinG. Alright, game 5 of the series. Overlord coming out. Overlord coming through then, through the top side, across. And seeing what's going on. There's a probe of PartinG coming over to the left. It's going to have a little bit of a scatter around. Now the game is just a hatchery first. PartinG is going gate first too, but does pull his probe just to check for the gold base right away, which is of course pretty normal. Just gonna see the drone gonna come in and fight against that probe, deal a little bit of damage. Again, probe is gonna be coming around the top left. Nexus drops in on the natural expansion here. But yeah, nice little standard opening then. Snowball shenanigans from PartinG after that game on Parasite. Despite having lost a couple in a row, not going to go back to the cannon rush or anything just yet. Probe comes back through and just thinking about what he wants to try and grab. Yeah, that poor drone, man. It's just been, this poor drone went bam, 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 bam. He's been rejected from all the mineral patches. Oh, it feels bad, man. Probe picks up some minerals, so actually won't be able to harass there anymore. And will just be making its leave. About time, though. I mean, Lings will be on the way up soon. Probably could have stuck around a bit longer, but sticking around isn't really in his nature anymore. Because he's got the minerals again. There's not much more you can do. And Ling speed on the way up from soO. Stalker on the way out from PartinG. Going to Corona boost this. And going to try and jump on top of this Overlord here. So, try and jump this. Get that kill. Overlord for high ground vision. Where even is high ground vision status? Is it this over here? I guess it is. Usually there's always a position on the map where the Overlord has high ground, so you can't actually be seen. I'm pretty sure it's this thing here is high ground, which doesn't really involve the Overlord moving in this direction. So that's actually maybe an early Overlord that's going to go down right now. Twilight Council. On its way up, interesting enough, not the Stargate, despite seeing the Fleet Beacon play of SOS earlier. Maybe PartinG was watching the game and like, huh, you know, maybe I shouldn't go for the Fleet Beacon. It would strike me as something PartinG would do, though. Tell you what, soO dropping down a bin nest. Okay, then. Bit of a Ling Bane all in from soO, maybe? Let's do it. I'm down. I say maybe. I mean, definitely. 22 drones, Bane nest coming up. We kind of know what's going on, as we do see a couple of Lings coming over. Obviously, the first couple of Lings are going to try and morph Banes. Tell you what, though, PartinG's been super defensive, even if it's Adept. So the PartinG Adept is not picking up any info, but it does mean it's kept at home in a safe little space. But he's also not building anything else. The Stalker chases this Overlord away to the top. Because the Stalker's out of position, he doesn't know about it. He doesn't put the Stalker in the wall off. Oh, he's going to shade out with the Adept. Is he going to be able to pick up the info? Adept sees the Banelings now, so now he knows there is a Stalker in the wall. So actually stalking the wall is the right way to help defend this, but, I mean, where's the pylon behind this? Where's the pylon behind this? PartinG, what are you doing? PartinG. Dude, I mean, seeing it with the Adept is meant to be like a big part of holding this off, right? You see it with the Adept and you start a pylon in the back. Not build anything. PartinG a little bit cocky then. I mean, GG. If the Lings get in that fast, it's over. And you know PartinG not walling off there or whatever. I kind of guess I forgot to hype the fact that soO is now one map away from winning the Masters Coliseum number 4. To the top right-hand side, the blue Zerg player. This is soO. Bottom left-hand side, our red Protoss is PartinG. Could be the last game of the day, guys. We've been live for a good 10 hours. I hope you've all enjoyed. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. showing up for the stream today. Gateway and a Forge coming down here from PartinG, so shenanigans aplenty apparently as he comes across the map here on Automaton. Where is he going to do, or what is he going to do with this? Probe going to try and harass. The Forge not doing anything yet. He doesn't have another probe, so it has to be this probe to cannon rush if he wants to cannon rush. He is going to leave. He's just going to build cannons. Like, I guess he's just going to come back and build pylons here now. And I just find it weird he didn't build the pylons earlier. He has a cyber core on the way. Okay, there's the first cannon. There's the second. Third. It's the wall of a century, I'm telling you. Is that it? Is that the plan? The 5 pylon wall in? Oh! Is this the plan, PartinG? The 5 pylon wall in so you can get a cannon up. Cybercore about to finish. Pylons cancel on the other side. Confident that the cannon will be okay. I mean, he actually rebuilds them. He's lost 100 minerals just cancelling these pylons on the other side. I guess he rebuilds the cannon here now. This time around. This is a little bit funky as we do see the drones nibbling their way through the pylons. The cannon here on the left is taking some damage, but this cannon here is actually going to finish. Shield battery's getting started up as well, so getting those going so you can keep the cannon alive. I mean, we also have nothing from the gateway yet, but I assume something from the gateway will come across the map eventually here to help out. Cannons are both in range of them building the spine crawler, so actually it's going to take a lot of damage before it's done building here even. And burrows and does back away, but super low HP spine crawler is not going to be able to do a lot as we're going to be seeing the cannons just continue to pick their way through the natural. I mean, soO decides to go across the map with his Zerglings. So deciding to go across the map here as we have got the cannons continuing to pick away at this hatchery. So hatchery going to go down in a moment or two. Ooh, and hatchery falls. I mean, soO drops down a Bane nest, so I mean, some attempt to bust through on the other side. Tell you what, if you could get this cannon, it'd be great, but it's a single witch wall-off, so maybe not. I guess soO will try and cannon, Bane bust through that cannon and then go for it. Stargate on the way up. I mean, to be fair, if he Bane busts down this cannon, there is some real potential just run in and kill everything else afterwards, right? So, I can get behind it. I can still see soO with a little bit of a chance here. Bane nest about to finish. The Banes will morph in a moment or two from soO across the map already. And then the Lings will follow up with speed so they can reinforce nice and quick. It's a lot of resources invested here from PartinG. I mean, plus the fact he lost 150 resources building and cancelling. Then he's got 3 cannons, that's 450 plus 400 plus 500. That's 950. 1.1k resources here to kill a hatch so far. Well, Baneland Buster die. Oh, okay, there's a Stalker in the front. Well, that's GG. Like, okay, that is just GG. Like, you can't bust down. If you can't bust down the cannon, then I mean you're just dead, right? Like, I mean, you might kill the Stalker here, but then there's still a cannon. There is still a cannon. There is still a cannon. It's actually kind of close still, but it also brought time for the Oracle to come up, which is very important. Stalker in the wall wins the game for PartinG, and that's how Game 6 goes. PartinG tying it up 3-3. How often do you get an ace match in a... Use those Twitch Prime subs, guys, as we have to the top right side our blue Zerg player. This is soO. Up against the red Protoss in the bottom left as we go to a game 7. We have got PartinG. Wardy, how tired are you on a scale of 1 to 10? I'm not that tired. If I had to cast for another 3 hours, it'd be a bit dreary, I guess. I'd be a bit like, ugh. I'm looking forward to chilling out. But I'm not like, I need to stop streaming tired. Like, if I had to cast like another 6 best of 5s, I'd cast another 6 best of 5s without question. I'm not that bad. If someone decided they wanted to throw me millions of dollars so I would have to cast marbles, I'd cast marbles. That's how non-tired I am. No, I'm doing pretty good. I'd say like I'm a 3 over 4. 10-hour stream isn't all that bad. 10-hour stream is pretty nice, actually. Like, you know, especially if you don't have too many stresses throughout the day. Like, I don't have to organize the matches. I just sort of cast them as they come and stuff. As long as it's like that, it's pretty chilled out. So, 10-hour stream's pretty okay. The stream's been pretty okay. I haven't had to deal with too many chat issues or anything. And also, when the stream's going well with, like, subscribers and donations and stuff like that. Not that money drives my passion, but, you know, it does kind of keep you in a bit of a better mood, right? So, you know, it's also a nice little, you know, it makes it easier to keep casting, I guess, when the stream has been going well all day, I suppose is the best way to say it. And when the games have been good, most importantly, too. Like, when the games are good like this, I always feel as though, like, I never really get tired, because I feel like all the games, apart from, like, one series maybe a day, have been exciting and entertaining. Sometimes you watch some matches and it's just like, oh my god, these games suck, and you're just like, oh, well, like, this wasn't as exciting, so I'm going to put myself on the 1 to 10 scale of being tired at, like, a 3.5. Not too bad. Dreadhead21 with the Twitch Prime sub. He listened, dudes. He had a Twitch Prime sub. He whacked that button. Now he's a beautiful Wardy subscriber. Thank you so much for your Twitch Prime, Dreadhead. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. 2 queens and a few lings are going to be chasing this adept down as it runs back to the, behind the mineral line here. Adept will shade across. Took a lot of damage, but getting away. Only 1 kill on it, and that is just a single Zergling, so not exactly a hugely successful opening here or anything. As you do see the Adept continue to shade down towards the bottom left. Again, just another queen on the way up on the natural. Robotics facility starting on the natural as well. So, PartinG already showing us a little bit of an interesting tech choice here early. Beyond the Stargate. I guess it's beyond the Stargate, so it's not that interesting. So we'll see it right away as the Overlord will just move forward to seize that Robo. Knows what the follow-up is looking like initially here. And, yeah, should be pretty happy about that. Feelings sitting out the front, and as the feelings sit out the front, we're going to be seeing the Oracle just on its way through the Stargate as well. You seem to talk about money a lot. Do I, though? Do I talk about money a lot, or do I talk about subscribing and supporting and stuff a lot? Because, I mean, really, if you think about it, so do most Twitch streamers, because every time someone subs, they say, oh, thank you for subscribing. I don't know. People really seem to like hating on the casters, like me and Base Trade, for like selling out and talking about subs and stuff a lot. And you know why it is? It's because it fits less naturally in a cast than if, say, for example, Rotti or Loco are playing a game and they're having a bit of a joke of chat while they're opening up, and they're like, oh, you know, don't forget, guys, you know, this sick micro is brought to you by the power of Twitch Prime subs, right? So, you know, just because it seems less natural for my stream doesn't mean it's weird at all. I mean, we've got to make a living, guys. And it's very well known that if you mention subs and so on, people will subscribe more often than if you don't mention it. So, you know. What's up, Megalosaurus1 with the Twitch Prime sub as well. Man, the Twitch Primes have actually gone through the roof today, too. It's actually ridiculous. We've actually just had like a ridiculous amount of Twitch Prime subs today. It's crazy. Thank you so much, guys. Megalosaurus right there with another one. As you see, High Templar's warping in bottom right, ready for this Archon drop. 7 roaches coming up here from soO. His roach speed just now starting, and that Forge dropping in on the natural. Ling's going to try and break their way through those adepts, as we do see the Zell going to switch into position here. The other Ling's coming around the side, and just going to be seeing those couple of adepts. Gets rid of one of them. Probe even helping with the fight there. The Archon's still not moving forwards. Finally will get into dealing a little bit of damage here. As we do have the Forge, Immortal. All of this getting going. As we get this going. Whoa! Mother of flippin', what the hell is that? Starless 442. With the 10,000 bits! What even is today? Starless, thank you so much for the 10,000 bits. Thanks for your professionalism in casting these past couple days. Can you get some hype in the chat for the $100 from Starless? Holy shit, what a legend. Thank you so much I appreciate it. Can we get some love for Starlers? Infinity627 for the Twitch Prime sub as well. Guys, let's do these shoutouts again. I kind of missed the Archons coming in. Oh my god. Crazy. Crazy. Okay. Not much going on in the map. Okay. Starlers, thank you so much for the 10,000 bits. I don't even know what to say. Today's actually been ridiculous. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate it. And for the kind comment as well. I've actually been trying not to be as negative on the casts when someone says something stupid in Twitch chat and stuff. I've been trying to ignore it, and if I feel the need to respond, I've been typing it instead of actually mentioning it on the stream, so I hope that shows a little bit the last couple of days. I've had a lot of fun with the cast, and I'm glad you guys appreciate it too. Thank you so much, Star. Let's get some hype in the chat for that. Let's talk about the game, though, for the next little while, and we'll do some more shoutouts again after it, as we do have this hallucinated Phoenix flying through the main base. 8 Mutalisks on the way down from soO. Getting this set up in the third, as we're going to be seeing the couple of Zealots, the Oracle, a couple of Archons hanging around. A few Immortals coming out here as well, as we do have the Spire from soO. So going into those Mutas, that's going to be his playstyle here for the mid-game. Skipping Hydras, going to Mutas. Let's see what soO can do. Now, there's a lot of anti-air at the moment, but there will be high tempo with Storms, and a couple of well-placed Storms can get a lot of damage done. And of course, you can morph those high tempers into Archons, which are also pretty good against those Mutas, as long as they can get underneath, which is sometimes where the Warp Prism can come in useful. Well, let's see. We might even see PartinG as the Mutas show up here the first time. If Archon's there, he might be able to go across the map. Before that Muta count rises up too much, there is probably going to be enough anti-air here if PartinG wants to go across. But for the moment, seems like he's going to hang around, and it looks as though PartinG going to lift up those couple Archons, bring them up to the top side. As you do see an Assimilator getting picked off. So the Assimilator gets taken down right there, as we're going to be seeing the Immortals and so on. Going to be moving around. Formal Mute is on the way up. +1 missile attack going to be finishing on the Evo Chamber in a second. Muta's coming through. Let's see a Pylon picked off on the side. I mean, obviously Phoenix production starting up now from PartinG. soO is still building Mutalisks, so he's building up this Muta count a little bit further. Here's jumping in. It's going to be picking off another Pylon here. So another Pylon going down, a couple of gates to the side. Getting picked off. I mean, again, empowering here and there. Going to try and get back in. PartinG's supply block from these Pylons going down. soO's going to jump on that Pylon again. It's actually splashing onto the Phoenix quite a bit as well. To the top side, we still have this army. Is kind of starting to move up there. Again, the Mutas want to try and jump in towards the Pylon. Doesn't quite make it. It's dangerous, this position. There's a shield battery to heal up the Phoenix. There's a cannon as well if you go too deep. Archon coming in from the right-hand side as well. The Mutas still gathering up. A couple more Phoenix getting picked off. And again, those Mutas of soO now jumping back towards the main. Turning back around. Another Phoenix going down. Again, just great damage being done. Fantastic damage being done here. Again, another Pylon dropping. Oh, that's a nice storm for a moment and does bring the Mutas a bit lower. Roaches on the other side of this starting to take a bit of a fight, but that's too many Immortals right now. And still more Mutas. soO is just... It's a brave move because this can very quickly fall apart. A couple of good storms accidentally over an Archon. Everything could be lost here. Builds up a Spine Crawler wall, realizing he'll need something to help him really stay sturdy if PartinG decides to push across the map. And you'll see the Lings continue to come over. Mutas are going to be able to pick off an Archon. Phoenix taking some damage as well. More Roaches coming through the top side. And we do see the Fleet Beacon is on the way up from PartinG as well. So getting that Fleet Beacon down, I mean, Anti Pulse Crystals will only help against the Mutas, as that's some Zealots getting picked off in the Warp Prism. Phoenix turning back around. The Mutas don't want anything to do with the Archon, though. Jumping back into the main. I mean, this is where you probably wish as PartinG you started up a second Stargate a while ago with how many Mutas have ended up being made here. soO coming in and just going to pick off another Pylon. Gets a couple probes as well. Jumping through. Cannon's going to go down. More probes dropping. He's going to turn onto the Phoenix as well. He has so many Mutas. He's one-shotting Stalkers. The damage output is really crazy on these Mutas right now. And those Stalkers just keep on disappearing. I mean, the control is insane, though. Like, the way he's moving in and out all of the time, he's putting so much attention on the Mutas, and it's really stopping these Phoenix from being able to do anything here. Cannon goes down, couple Stalkers getting picked off as well. absolutely ridiculous. So much damage being dealt as soO is absolutely he's actually destroying this, man. He kills the pylon power of the Stargate, so the Phoenix is stuck on its way out. Another Phoenix going down. I mean, there's the push from PartinG, but we saw the preparation of spines before. Well, actually, soO just says, right, cool, full-on base trade then. Straight across the map, going to completely commit to this. The Phoenix will be healed by a shield battery for a little bit. Now they're all super low, though. He loses 3 of the 4 that remain. 1 very low HP Phoenix remains, and that goes down. Well, PartinG will break through the spines on the other side, but I think PartinG is beginning to admit a little bit of defeat here. As you do see the Nexus going down, the natural. More units coming in towards the upper side. soO right here. Roach is still coming across. He's got a ton of spine crawls. We thought we saw the spine crawler wall before. How about this one? That's a hell of a lot of spine crawlers right there, guys. You see roaches and mutas pressing forwards. More pylons being picked away at. And we are just going to be seeing all of this continue to go down. Just going to be seeing again more and more being cleaned up. I mean, obviously there's still this base up here, which is starting to be the stacked defense fortress of the Protoss player. I mean, there's just so little anti-air over here, though, and I wonder if a couple of mutas, or if all the mutas came across, whether they could just clean that army up. And I think that's what soO's beginning to realize, that he can probably just come in and fight this. As long as the mutas are spread, the Storm/Archon splash will not be that great, and he can just fly into this and clean this up. He's 131 army supply to 55. He's 41 mutas. He has just a few Storms and Archons, and it should, again, as long as you're not clumped up here, and boom, there's the muta split. First couple Storms baited already. Beautiful. I mean, again, the less storm damage you're going to take, the better it's going to be, right? Mutas are in a huge spread as they're just waiting for the moment to come into this. He's trying to bait those storms. He knows what he wants. Here he goes. He's going to fly through them. The full 3 of the storms are kind of bad, honestly. And he kills the Archon so quickly. Barely any damage done. I mean, not a single Mutalisk actually lost. Just some damage taken. And PartinG will type out GG to give soO the 4-3 victory. soO takes home 2